You have some awesome quotes in the book during your addiction. You've overcome, and these are some of the things that sin had finally taken me out years before my Bible told me this would happen. Talk to me about that one.
Well, once again, when I was in jail, really got in my word, man. I really started digging and reading. And the Bible tells you now, but it'll tell you when you take your focus off God, things will happen to you. And I took my focus off God, and my life was a spiral. I was going downhill. And that's where that quote comes from. It's a sin had taken me out years before. My Bible had told me this would happen. The Bible tells you.
Your friends were dope men.
All my friends was a dope man. So I couldn't stop. I knew I was living a life of sin. I knew I was living a life that was going to run me straight to hell. I was confused that I felt like they needed me. If I ain't here to run the errands, to make this drop, to pick this up for them, who going to do it? They trusted me to do so much. Trusted me. Because they knew I was going to be there when they needed me. I was going to answer the phone any time of day or night. And I was going to do what they needed me to do and come on back. It ain't like I'm going to run off with the stuff.
Oh, man, so you just had a job. You had a work ethic within your addiction.
Certain days of the week, I knew Mondays was this, Tuesdays was this, Wednesdays was this, Saturdays and Sundays was all night long days. It was a job, and I was just getting paid with dope. I was running a major operation.
So then we talked about the moral compass inside of your addiction. And he said, even though I got high and was homeless, I still had standards.
Yeah. Once again, mom and dad taught me to be polite, and you help people because it's the right thing to do. If somebody pay you, that's fine. If not, God got you.
You were taught, coming from Camden and a lot of small towns, the bottom line is our parents said, hey, you got to do something that doesn't benefit you. Don't be afraid to do something that doesn't benefit you.
Right.
That benefits others, to be a servant. And we saw a lot of examples of servants in our lives growing up in Camden. It was about people serving people and not worrying about serving yourself.
That's it.
That leads us to the things that you're holding on to, maybe the very things you need to let go of.
Most definitely. A lifestyle. I was a drug addict. When I was holding on to it, I didn't want to let go. But that was the very thing that I needed to let go of. And it don't always have to be drug. It could be bad relationships. It could be bad jobs. It could be people in your life that disrespect you or take advantage of you that you need to distance yourself from. We have to get back to loving ourselves, because if we don't love ourselves, we can't love nobody else. So we have to distance ourselves from certain things. People, places don't mean us well. That one thing that you're holding on to could be that one thing that you let go of and your life would thrive.
So that just reminds me of what Mama Hines used to tell me. You ain't better than nobody. You just better than something.
Yeah.
So you better than doing that, doing this. You better than that.
Right.
So what really intrigued me was this one here that I didn't post.
Okay.
You were dead spiritually and emotionally.
I was a dead man walk. I didn't have a care in the world. My only thing was and get higher and keep going. Spiritually, I've always had a relationship with God, but I wasn't practicing it. Emotionally, I didn't care about nobody but myself. It was all about me. And I didn't care who knew it. But yeah, spiritually, man, my spirituality was gone. Mind you, before I did a bunch of riding around or driving, dropping off this, dropping off that, I would always take a minute to pray, because I would ask God to save me or deliver me as I'm driving up and down the road. I would just ask him to protect me. So I'm dropping this off. I'm dropping that off. By the grace of God, I never went to jail with a car full of dope. I never got caught. And mind you, I'm riding around town with no tags, no insurance. I'm just rolling.
How dare you go without insurance?
Boy, I know I rode a year with no insurance, tags expired. It was by the grace of God, though. And when I got pulled over that night and went to jail, I didn't get no ticket for none of that.
They just wanted you for the robbery.
That's it. So I'm like, look at God. Even when I wasn't doing right, he was still looking out for me. And by all means, I'm not here to push my religion off on nobody. But God protected me when I wasn't even trying to protect myself.